The Binibining Pilipinas 2026 coronation night just ended, and boy, that was a long one. So here I am again with some random thoughts about the show. It was supposed to start at 7 p.m., but it actually started an hour late, so people online were kind of complaining already. But anyway, we have a new set of queens. Binibining Pilipinas International is Gwendoline Soriano of Baguio City. Binibining Pilipinas Globe is Sasha-Juli Belle Lacuna. The first runner-up is Julianne Raine Antonio, and the second runner-up is Tracy Sunio. I don't know why every year I still hope that the BBP will acquire new titles, but I really hope it'll happen someday. As I said, it was a long show, but I'm not gonna complain because all the candidates were able to take part in the swimsuit and evening gown competitions, which was nice because that meant their training and their gowns didn't go to waste. My favorites were the gowns worn by Mylene Menges of Tanza Cavite, Gwyneth Jemima Chan of Cagayan de Oro, Zelani Eve Rojas of Zamboanga City, and the one worn by our new Binibining Pilipinas International. The gown worn by Miss Caloocan looks like the EVA 01 unit from Neon Genesis Evangelion, and oh my god, her name is Genesis Durana, so was this intentional? Anyway, Alamat performed day and night during the swimsuit competition and did a pretty solid job. I love that Philippine pageants are now getting P-pop groups as performers, like for example, Kaya performed during the Binibining Pilipinas 2026 National Costume Competition. They did all the awarding on finals night with Mylene Manchos, Ayn Nikaila Abad, Samantha Sabarte, Iris Oresca, and Patricia Lynn Bierda all being declared the winners of the National Costume Competition. Mylene's costume was one of my favorites, along with the ones worn by Anne Klein Castro of Pampanga and Camille Bernadette Martin of Malolos, Bulacan. I like seeing former Binibini queens as hosts and commentators. This year's hosts were Miriam Kiambao, Miss Universe 1999 first runner-up, Mary Jean Lastimosa, top 10 of Miss Universe 2014, Nicole Cordoves, Miss Grand International 2016 first runner-up, and Catriona Gray, Miss Universe 2018. Has Mary Jean always sounded good? Her voice tonight was incredible. Bea Rose Santiago, Miss International 2013, and Jasmine Bungay, Miss Globe 2024 second runner-up, ran things over at the Sisters of the Crown segment, where they interviewed former Binibini queens. It took a while before the top 4 was announced, so Bea and Jasmine worked really hard to keep the conversation going. And if you're watching carefully, you can see the strain was getting to them a little, but they still pulled it off. The stage could have been more impressive, I think, and a runway would have been nice to see. I also noticed that some of the girls appeared to have a little trouble going down the steps, but who knows if that's a gown issue, a shoe issue, or a steps issue. The 35 candidates were trimmed to 12 semifinalists who were then cut down to 4 after answering questions from the judges. Some were about politics and AI, and others, like the one from Gloria Diaz, were on the lighter side.
Convince the audience in 1 minute to visit your hometown instead of Boracay.
The final 4 candidates were asked the same question: what future do you envision for yourself, and how will the Binibining Pilipinas title help you get to that destination? And personally, I thought Julianne Raine Antonio had the best answer. I'm not sure why they had Miss Globe and Miss International 2026 appear during the Binibini Queen's farewell walk. I'm sure they could have appeared in another portion. Overall, the show was still pretty fun and glam. Binibining Pilipinas still has it. And now it's time to see how the new queens will perform in pageants where the Philippines has done well historically. So those are my random thoughts about this year's edition of Binibining Pilipinas. If you watched it and you have anything more to add, please leave a comment. Thanks for watching, and I will see you again in another video. Bye!